Hey guys, I'm like you. I'm interested in this 110 scale MJX. Luckily, this RC car has been released in China for quite some time, and I'm able to summarize my finding in this all-in-one video, from unboxing to giving you the goods and the bads of this car. From what I've seen, the review version versus the production version or the retail version in China, they seem to exhibit the same problem. Retail price of this card in China is less than 1,000 yuan, which is amount less than $140 US dollars. Shipping and tax included, but there's no tax in China, of course. First, I noticed some crazy dude start jumping this car from pretty high building. From first story to fourth stories building. I guess they just want to see if when they will break it. So far so good, nothing breaks, just the body came off. Well, you can tell that doesn't sound good, right? First of all, I want to mention that any RC car that jumps like that, you'll see people jumping skate park and all the other stuff. You're gonna break your car eventually. It's just a matter of luck, because it really depends on how strong the impact and where you actually hit your car at. So let's get that out of the way. You see people jumping like crazy and everything. What they didn't tell you is they break their cars left and right, and even name brand ones, Traxxas or Armor. People, you see reviews that people actually break their cars on their first drive. Nothing unusual here. Let's do a quick unboxing. And people, don't lose your manual. This is very good information for getting spare parts, how to service your car. Don't lose it. Well, you probably can find it on the internet though. Comes with a wheelie bar, that foam tape, I believe, for cushioning your battery maybe, and some pull bar end caps or end tabs, and a wrench. This is the first thing that screamed at me. Why are they still using this cheap transmitter for this car? I mean, this car is not cheap. Oh well. Aside from that, this car got really good specs. So let's take a look at it. If you own MJX, you know how you hated the body clips. This one is clipless and simply sturdy. One, you can actually tighten the latch by securing the 4 screws. Its body is nice and thick, and it's armor quality. On the 114 scale MJX, people were complaining the ground clearance was too tall and causing traction rolls a lot. But for this one, people are complaining the ground clearance is not enough, and then they starting to making changes and attempting to basically affect the performance of the car, because they wanted to have a, I guess, more bashing type of specification. But to me, drivability is more important. So I think the ground clearance on this car with the width of the car itself is perfectly fine. I will list all the performance data on this car, like the motor size, the ESC, and all that stuff. I realized the stock does not come with the battery. I guess they might come up with an option later on, maybe repackaging it with a different battery. And as you can see here, you can fit many different types of batteries on here. Granted, the stock battery strap is a bit too short for the larger size battery. I do want to mention the motor is good for 1/8 scale RC cars. So putting in a 1/10 scale, I would think that it wouldn't overheat, but there are some reviewers out there that said the motor is overheating. I can't really confirm that without actually testing it myself. From what I've seen on the internet, the car drives really good out of the box, but quite a few issues that I'm kind of concerned that's why I has not pulled the trigger to buy this car. Metal gears all around. You can't go wrong with MJX. They always very beefy. This motor mine can accept 12T to 15T. The center diff and the differential front and rear is really solid build. I might say too solid. You'll see what I mean later on. On 3S, we almost got 33 miles per hour. Okay, now it's time for a 4S battery. Let's give that a try. "43.5 miles per hour. I would actually expect it to go faster. As you can see from the video, 3S or 4S in the stock setting, it won't be able to do a standstill backflip. Also bear in mind there is a slight body rub from there. For those who already have the car and want to increase the ride height at the rear a little bit, there's a free way to do it, and we're gonna talk about it today. First of all is the mud guard. You're gonna have to modify that. As you can see, there is 3 holes on the A arms, but the mud guard only has 1. So that's the first thing you have to do is to drill a hole on the one on the center. I mean closer to the center of the car, like this one here. And you're gonna mount your shocks closer to the center of the body. You will also have to trim the mud guard a little bit to avoid interference from the shocks. It's not shown on the video, but you also want to mount the upper end of the shocks closer to the center of your RC car. Now you might notice your camber is a little bbit off after the adjustment, so it may be a little bit too aggressive. Depends on your driving style. You might want to adjust that. Just adjust that link right there. I usually adjust my camber 0 degree, and from there, after driving a little bit, it would normally check the tire wear and see how that goes, and adjust it accordingly. If you're driving on track, you probably already know what to do about your camber. Positive or negative depends on your driving style and track condition. And this is what I'm talking about, the mounting position for the upper part of the shocks. And that's all. That will give you the maximum ride height at the rear that is free of charge. It's nice that this car comes with a sway bar, but if you want better traction on loose surface, you might want to remove the rear sway bar. Now this one here is a major issue for me. Nuts will strip your plastic when you try to unscrew it. It's likely because they put these super glue Loctite that secure the screw to the nut. Many people in China complained about this, and many of them end up cutting off the screw in order to take it apart. Almost every one of them that I researched have this issue. Many also complain about the spacing of the gap here, but that's pretty common for many RC cars. I see this guy is putting a washer in between to close the gap. I would not do that because this would likely cause too much heat due to friction and melt your drive hub. Overall, the chassis bottom design is fine, with the exception of this screw right here. It's raised up. And then the servo saver is also another issue here. It's being too soft and being too sloppy. There are other reviewers on YouTube you can find that show you how to fix it. Here's another area of the red Loctite that they use to secure the center drive differential. As you can see here, many people having trouble removing it, taking it apart, even after using heat. Many reviewers prefer to use a thicker fluid. Again, I believe that's just a personal preference. Aside from the Loctite issue, basically cram a lot of the 1/8 scale parts into this 1/10 scale RC, which is a good thing. Really like how they give you a programmable ESC. If I don't get the car, I might just get the ESC just for fun. This ESC looks very promising. You can see what you can control from the screenshots that I've got here. Overall, I still like this car, but I don't know if I want to pull the trigger yet. Let me know what y'all think. Thanks for watching.